Before the white man came, we had the land and they had the Bible. Now we have the Bible and they have the land.
Hear the voices of the conquered countries dominated by nations who practice Christianity, a resounding tribute to my belief that religion played a more prominent role in world colonization than it did as a driving motivation for exploration. Religion as a result, not a reason. This project first began as an answer to my wonderings of what motivated men and women to explore in the first place, to blindly leap into the unknown with such enthusiasm. I chose to focus on the aspect of religion, something that provokes endless debate and damage among people of conflicting beliefs to this day. Seeing the immense popularity of Christianity around me, I began to think if that was one reason for exploration, to spread religion. From that, I thought I could conclude that the nations who were most prolific in exploration were the ones who practiced that religion. In the 15th century, England, France, Portugal, and Spain led the crusade of discovery, and they were all Christian. I wondered, what was it about Christianity that caused an explosion of exploration in those mother countries? What role did religion play in exploration? My own discoveries would revolutionize my world with the same reverberations as a miscalculation in 1492 by a man called Christopher Columbus, and that is where our story begins.
And thus, having expelled all the Jews from all your kingdoms and dominions, your highnesses commanded me that I should go to the said parts of India.
The man speaking is Columbus, and the royalty he's addressing are the Spanish monarchs Isabella and Ferdinand. Their sponsorship of Christopher Columbus had followed Spain's completion of the Reconquista in the Iberian Peninsula. This was a 700-year struggle for power, as long as it was bloody between Muslim invaders in the southern regions and Christians in the north. With the conquering of the peninsula, a new surge of religious crusades against Islamic control of the East began, complete with a newly instilled desire in members of the church to dispel the Muslim population from the Holy Land of Jerusalem. Apparently, Christopher Columbus was one of those people. Said to be a devoutly religious man, the fact that his expedition coincided simultaneously with this momentous victory for the Christian religion was a righteous sign from God himself in Columbus' eyes. After reading this, I thought I was on the brink of proving my first thesis. Religion was a primary motive for exploration. But research yielded no other explorers who cited religion as a factor of their journeying. And I would soon find even Columbus wasn't as purely inspired as I had thought.
I declared to your highnesses that all the gain of this my enterprise should be spent in the conquest of Jerusalem, and your highnesses smiled and said that it pleased you.
Columbus and his sponsors had ulterior motives in exploring. Columbus's west to east theory wasn't simply considered as a way to spread Christianity. Columbus's sponsors were prepared to pay Columbus quite a lot of money if his voyage opened an alternative route to the riches of Asia. The newly discovered treasure would be used to help Spain recover from a costly war and gain an economic edge over neighboring nations. Motives of wealth, power, and more land. Finally, Columbus's motives fell into alignment right alongside the other explorers I had researched. So religion wasn't a primary motive for exploration. Both Columbus and I had failed to what we had set out to accomplish. But if religion wasn't a major factor in exploration, how could I explain the prevalence of Christianity in the nations discovered by these Christian explorers? The answer lay in missionaries. Wherever a ship uncovered terra incognita, a missionary was the first to set his foot on the sand and build a church on the land. When I first discovered Christianity was what is called a proselytizing religion, I thought that would be a cause for exploration. But really, it was a cause for colonization. Conversion of native people took place after the land was unearthed, and it left a permanent impact, which explained the popularity of Christianity in those conquered countries. Religion became a form of organized control for nations separated by thousands of miles. churches became the heart of the fledgling communities and a place for disseminating information. The effects of a strong church would go on to ripple throughout history, but that is a different story, and it's time to bring this one to a close. I leave you with a conclusion. Religion was not a primary motivation for exploration, but it was crucial and incredibly influential in the colonization of conquered nations. I have found my America. Like Columbus, from failure, hope had sprung anew. I hope I have left an imprint on your minds and have stimulated even more questions. But